So yesterday we started talking about patterns, and we talked about how patterns within numbers could be skip counting. And today we're going to really focus on skip counting as our pattern of choice. Okay? So we're going to start at 0, and we're going to skip count by 5s until we get to 50. We're going to do it out loud first, just going, and then we're going to write it in our notebook. Okay? It might be helpful if we all start with 0. So stay 0. Ready? Set. Go. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay? Alright, we're going to do it again. We're going to do it slower, and this time you're going to write it in your notebook. Ready? 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. How many skip counts did you have to do until you got to 50? Now, don't get tricked. Don't count every single number. The skip count happens on the in-between. So right here, that was plus 5. Right here, that was plus 5. We have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So how many skip counts did it take to get to 50? Not a trick question, Serena? 10. 10 skip counts. Oops. Of 5 to get to 50. Do we understand how I counted my skip count? We don't count each number, or the skip count happens in between our numbers. Make sense? So it took us 10 skip counts of 5. We had to skip count by 5 10 times to get to 50. Alright, we're not going to do this next one in partners, but I want you to do it on your paper. Alone? Alone, yep. Starting at 0, skip count by 4s until you get to 20. So starting at 0, skip count by 4s until you get to 20. And then I want you to tell me how many skip counts did you have to do. Go. Do that in your notebook, please. Starting at 0, and you're ending at 20. Alright, so I know a lot of you do not know how to skip count by 4s. That's okay. Count on. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. What number did I get to? 4. 4. Okay, start at 4. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. What number did I get to? 8. 8. Great. Start at 8. 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. What number did I get to? 12. 12. Oh my gosh. Great. 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. What number did I get to? 16. You don't know how much. 20. 16. 17, 18, 19, 20. It's just 6 plus 4. Sure. It's 6 times 4. No. 4 times 5. No. Alright, how many skip counts did it take for me to get to from 0 to 20? Remember, I'm not counting all my numbers. I'm counting the spaces in between. So this is 1. 12. That was kind of like 4. Okay, like how many skip counts? Yeah, that one more time. So 5 skip counts of 4 equal 20, or get us to 20. Alright, are you okay with that? You understand? Okay. Alright, ready to try the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah? Starting to get it a little bit easier? Alright, so the next one says starting at 0, skip count by 3s until you get to 27. Remember, if you don't know your 3s, that's totally fine. Count on. We know that that's a math strategy. Use it. Alright, let's do it together. We started at 0. I'm sure you know the next number. 0, 3, 3. What's going to come next, Aiden Tracy? 6. What's going to come next, Naviana? 9. Most of you know 3, 6, 9. You don't know. Count on. Gabriella, what's my next number?
The next number would be 12.
12. Very good.
And then 15.
What's my next number, Aiden Washington?
15.
Very good. What's my next number, Emily?
18.
18. Very good. Santiago, what's my next number?
21.
Very good. What's my next number, Colin?
24.
Very good. What's my last number, Sabrina?
27.
27. Now go back and count how many skip counts, the spaces in between that you have. Our pattern is by adding 3 each time. How many times did we add 3, Santiago? 9. 9 skip counts. 9 skip counts of 3 equals 27. Make sure you have that sentence in your notebook. When I have a word problem, the very first step in a word problem, not a trick question. Now, Vienna, read. I gotta read it. Duh. I gotta read my problem. Miss Miller is making banana pudding for a picnic on Saturday. I know, yeah. No. She bought 4 bunches of bananas. Each bunch had 5 bananas. How many bananas did Miss Miller buy?
Multiplication.
Great, you read the problem. What's my next step? That's stuff that you forgot to do on your test, but when you did corrections, you were like, oh yeah, Miss Miller did something. What's my next step? Aiden Tracy, what do I need to do next? Nope. I do not need to answer it next. I don't even know what I'm doing. Teddy? I need an answer sentence. I need to know, what am I counting?
What's your unit?
What is my unit? What am I counting in this problem? Cookies, right?
No.
Not counting cookies. Raise your hand. What is my unit? What's going to be my answer sentence? If this is hard for you, look at the question part of my story and flip it. You know how to flip problems or flip the question, make a sentence. Madeline, what am I counting? I'm counting bananas. Not bunches of bananas. Just individual bananas. So my answer sentence is probably going to be Miss Miller bought blank box, whatever, bananas. Make sure you have an answer sentence in your notebook. Make sure you have an answer sentence in your notebook. Piper, what's up?
No. The next one.
Now our next step is going to be to figure out our equations, to make our plan. And we've been talking about doing bar models. And I will show you how to do a bar model. Not right this second. But we will do bar models for this, and it'll make it a lot easier. But let's pretend that I don't know how to do a bar model, but I do know how to draw pictures. And I can draw bananas. So I have one bunch of bananas. I have another bunch of bananas. I have another bunch of bananas. How many bunches do I have again? 4. 4. It tells me in the problem. I bought 4 bunches. So I have 4 bunches of bananas. So I can draw 4 bunches of bananas. Wait, how many bananas are going in each bunch?
5.
5. Each of your banana bunches that you draw have to have 5 bananas in each one. Go ahead and start drawing. What kind of equation do I have going on right now? I have bananas, and then other bananas, and then more bananas, and then more bananas. What kind of equation does that sound like to you, Ava? It sounds a lot like an addition problem. I got parts of bananas, I got other parts of bananas, I got parts of bananas. Alright, how many bananas are in my first bunch? I know, super tricky question. Sabrina? 5. Plus, how many are in my next bunch? Emily? 5. How many are in my next bunch, Naviana? 5. How many are in my last bunch, Naviana? Or Sabrina, sorry? 5. That looks very familiar to me. What does that look like to you? Elliot, what does that look like to you? It does look like skip counting. I'm going to say this is actually what I will call repeated addition. So if you could write that underneath our equation. When you put your skip counts into an equation, it's called repeated addition. I'm writing it right. So Elliot is 100% right. This looks a lot like what we just did with skip counting. It basically is. But when I put my addition signs in there, it changes from skip counting to an actual equation, and we call it repeated addition. Which makes sense because I'm doing addition over and over and over and over and over again. I'm repeating my addition problem. Okay? Now, some of you didn't even finish drawing your bunches of bananas, but that took a long time, yes? Longer than I would like it to, yes?
Yes.
So I'm going to teach you 2 shortcuts. And my shortcuts are called visual models. Visual models are awesome because they do the same thing, but they're way easier to draw. Because I am not an artist, nor do I have time to be an artist when I'm doing math problems.
Really?
Okay? How many bunches or how many groups of bananas did I have?
4.
4. So I'm going to draw 4 big ovals.
5.
Those are going to represent my bunches. Go ahead and draw 4 big ovals in your notebook. This is the visual model version of your bunches. So these are my bunches. Now how many bananas am I putting in each bunch?
5.
5 bananas are going in each bunch. I'm actually just going to draw one. So I'm going to put my 5 banana dots.
That's right. It's 4 on it.
Gabriella, not helpful. I can draw circles and dots a whole lot faster than I can draw bunches of bananas. No. So from here on out, if we're doing multiplication, please don't draw literally what you're doing. If we're counting cupcakes, please don't draw cupcakes. You draw circles and dots. Can I still get my equation?
Yeah.
Yeah? Somebody tell me, what is my equation with my new picture? What's going to be my equation? Piper, what's going to be my equation?
5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5.
Keep going, equation has equals. Squid box. Something.
Something. Word. Something.
So do we write this one?
Yep, write the same equation again underneath your bar model now. Or not your bar model, sorry, your visual model. Circles and dots is what I usually call that. Circles and dots. Circles are our groups. In this case, our bunch. Dots are the things that go in our groups. In this case, videos. Alright, I'm going to teach you one last visual model. It's my favorite. The bar model. It'll feel very familiar. And you'll be like, oh goodness, I know this. So if you need to turn the page, you're getting running out of room, that's fine. Draw your bar. Just like always, we start with the whole. It is all about part whole still. Do I know the whole amount of bananas or the total amount of bananas that I bought? No, I don't. I know I don't know because the question says, how many bananas did I buy? If I knew how many bananas I bought, would I ask that question? No. So my whole is a gigantic question mark. Now, I told some of you when you came to my small group not to get in the habit of splitting it into two parts because we're going to come to a place where we have lots of parts. That time is now. You might have lots of groups.
Yes.
Yeah, I have 4 parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. So I'm going to break my bar into 4 parts. I have 4 bunches of bananas. So I'm going to have 4 parts to my bar. Are there any questions about how I did that? Do we know where that came from?
Your brain.
No. What is going to go in each of my groups? What's going to go in my boxes down there? Cody, what do you think? A little bit more than that.
The number.
Yeah, it's going to be the number of bananas. So think about how many bananas I have. How many bananas did I have in one bunch?
5.
It's 5. So I'm going to write a 5 here. How many did I have in the second bunch? Baby Tracy? 5. What about the third bunch? Ava? 5. What about the last bunch? Hayden Washington? Hey! We know how to solve that. Because part plus part equals whole. But it does say part plus part.
No, it's a part.
It's a part plus a part plus a part plus a part. We are repeating our addition.
5 plus.
We are repeating
Addition.
our addition. So our equation, go ahead and write that at the bottom, please. It's going to be 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals. All right, we found 3 different ways to solve this problem. Somebody finally tell me, what is 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5?
I know. Everyone.
I know, you've been dying to tell me. Kaylee, what is it? 20. Add it to all of our equations. my answer sentence, let's do a quick reality check. Does that answer make sense? If I am doing groups of 5, does it make sense that I'm going to get to 20? I think that makes sense. Here's why. When I skip count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, do I get to 20? Yeah. What if my answer was 7? Would that answer make sense?
No.
No, it wouldn't, because when I skip count by 5s, do I get to 7? No. What if I got the number 100?
No.
Would that make sense?
No.
No, because I don't have that many bananas in my problem.
You don't need that many.
I don't need that many bananas for banana pudding.
Yeah.
So is 20 bananas, Penny, a reasonable answer?
Yes.
Does it seem like it would make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to add that into my answer sentence. All right. Let's come up with a problem. Let's do 10 groups of 5. Let's do puppies, since I always use that as my example. So I have 10 groups of 10 puppies. If you need to turn the page, this would be a great time to do that, so you can kind of start over. 10 groups of 5 puppies. Puppies.
And puppies.
There's not really a story to this problem, but I am counting something. It's not completely a naked number problem. Raise your hand and tell me, what am I counting in this problem? What am I counting? Elliot, what am I counting? I'm actually counting puppies. So underneath where you've written that, let's just do blank puppies. Blank puppies. Cupcakes. Cupcakes. Cupcakes.
Cookies. Cookies.
That's what I call my little dog. I call her a cupcake.
Why? Because she eats all your cake?
That's not wrong. Alright, puppies.
It's not wrong.
We are not going to do a drawing out version. I'm not having you draw puppies. Holy moly, I don't have time for that.
No, I don't.
We will do both the circles and dot visual model as well as a bar model.
Do brown for
Alright, so we're going to do our circles and dots first. We need circles. Circles represent our groups. How many circles am I going to draw? How many circles am I going to draw? Tatiana? 10. I have 10 groups. My circles are my groups. So please draw 10 circles. If you are making noise, whether it's talking to yourself, please stop. Now, you can go ahead and put how many puppies in each group. How many puppies are in each group? Damiana? 5. You can do 5 dots in each, but that kind of gets redundant. So if you want to just write 5, that's okay. If you want to put the 5 dots, go for it. It's just going to take you longer. I would rather you just put 5 and keep it moving. Thank you for those of you who managed to do that without talking to yourself or your neighbor. Very helpful. We got our circles and dots. That's a great visual model. If you like doing that kind, I'm okay with it. Let's go ahead and do our bar model next. We're going to start with a bar, as always. And I know my bar is always equal to my whole, or my total amount. Do I know the total amount of puppies?
No.
No, I don't. I don't know the total amount of puppies. I just know I got a lot of them. So I don't know. But I'm going to be breaking my bar into groups.
10.
How many groups will I break my bar into? Emily? 10. It's the same number of circles that I drew. So go ahead and break your bar into 10 boxes. Make sure you have 10 boxes. Double check that. Five. So in each of my little mini groups, we're going to write 5. Could you do subtraction?
No.
Well, I could make a subtraction equation, but is that going to be the most helpful? No. What kind of equation would be the most helpful? That one? Addition. Is it just a simple part plus part? Nope. It's going to be a part plus part plus part plus part plus part plus part. I don't even know what number we're on, but a lot of parts to equal our whole. Go ahead and write out your equation. Don't get carried away. Actually put the right number of parts. How many skip counts is this, Kaylee? Do you know how many skip counts? 10. 10 skip counts of 5 equals how many? I skip count by 5 and I did that 10 times. What's my total? Tiger? 50. I have a lot of cupcakes. Puppies. Puppy wuppies.
Oh, that's what you call your dad?
I have 50 puppies.
That's a lot
Does
of
50 as an answer make sense?
Yes.
I'm asking is it right, but does it make sense? It makes sense because if I'm counting by 5s, I will eventually hit 50. If I got 34, that would not make sense because when I count by 5s, I don't ever touch 34. Okay? And it's alright, okay, hang on. Are we okay with this? Are you sure?
Yeah.
About to blow your mind, are you sure?
Yeah.
You got it in your notebook?
Yeah.
Ready? Repeated addition and multiplication are the same thing. You have been multiplying.
Told ya.
You have been multiplying
Told ya.
all morning long.
Told ya. It is hot though.
Yay! Go ahead and write that sentence with happy faces and stars and exclamation points. Repeated addition and multiplication are the same thing. They are the same thing. So you have actually been multiplying all morning.
Wow.
I just didn't tell you.
I knew it.
Colin, your pencil should be in your hand because you're writing this down, please. Piper, get it written down, then we'll go from there. You can write it wherever you have space to write it. So if you need to turn the page, I trust that you know that you need to turn the page. Repeated addition and multiplication are the same thing. I will explain that more. I just need you to write it down. Alright, so I told you, and you wrote it in your notebook, repeated addition and multiplication are the same thing. What multiplication does is instead of counting by 1, multiplication is just skip counting. That's really all it is. So let's turn back to the problem we just did. Actually, let's go all the way back to our banana problem. How many groups or bunches did I have going on in this problem? Sabrina, how many? I had 4. So I had 4 groups of, and how many were in each group, Ava? 5. Groups of is how you read a multiplication problem. When you are talking about groups of something, you are doing multiplication because that equation is going to look like 4 groups of 5. That's what the multiplication symbol means. Multiplication means groups of. Multiplication means groups of. Multiplication means groups of. If someone says something over and over again, it's probably important, and important things should be written down. Multiplication means groups of. If you want, multiplication means groups of. 4 times 5 equals 20. So if we go all the way back to our banana problem, and we talked about 4 skip counts of 5, 4 groups of 5, 4 times 5. All of those equations will equal the same thing. 4 times 5 equals 20. And if I go to our puppy problem, and I had 10 skip counts of 5, aka 10 groups of 5, I really had 10 times 5, which is equal to 50. So you have been doing multiplication all morning long. That's exciting. That's exciting. Great. Aiden, what's up?
I wasn't thinking and I was saying to myself, don't we work thinking that?
We're going to do this problem together. It reads, because I know the very first step in my problem is to read it. It says, Miss Howard's art class is using crayons today. Each table has 1 box, as we'll say, of crayons on it. Each box contains 8 crayons. There are 7 tables in the classroom. How many crayons can Miss Howard's students use today? Use visual model to show your work. What am I counting? That is the very next thing that you should ask yourself. What am I counting? Before you even try to do any math, we need to know what in the world are we counting. Elliot, what am I counting? I am counting crayons. Go ahead and write an answer sentence in your notebook for crayons. What kind of answer sentence could I make to go along with this problem? Colin?
Class uses blank crayons.
I like it. Miss Howard students can use blank crayons. The class use blank crayons. As long as we're talking about students using crayons, we're good. As long as you have some version of that. Kaylee, what's up? Go for it.
Miss Howard students has blank crayons on the table.
That works. That totally works. Aiden,
I have another one.
go for it.
The students in my art class use blank crayons.
I like it. I like it. I'm listening for blank crayons. That's the important part. As long as you have some version of the sentence, we're good. What's my next step? What's my next step? I know, super tricky question. Naviana? We need to make a plan. My favorite plan is a bar model, so that's what I tend to do because it helps me figure out what kind of math do I need to do. So we're going to draw a bar. As always, we start with the whole or the total total number of what? What am I counting? I'm counting crayons. Santiago, get with me, please. I'm counting the total number of crayons. Do I know the total number of crayons?
No.
No, I don't. I know I don't know because my question is, how many crayons did they use? So I do not know my whole. I don't know my whole. I do know some other things though. I know there are 8 crayons in a box. And I know that there are boxes of crayons on 7 tables. Which one of those is going to be my groups? Which one of those is going to be my groups? It's tricky. This is a tricky one. Emily, what do you think? Ava, what do you think? It's going to be my 7 tables. Tables in this question are going to be my groups. That was kind of that's tricky to think about. But I have 7 tables, and I have a box on each table. Does that make sense? So I have groups of boxes. Can you picture that in your head a little bit easier? So I'm going to break my bar into 7 boxes to represent my 7 tables. 1, 2, 4. So now I have 7 tables, 7 little boxes. And what's on my tables? 1 box of crayons. Each box has 8 crayons. So this table has 8 crayons. 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 This friend has 8 crayons. All my tables have 8 crayons. Now, we know a lot of parts, but we do not know the whole. What kind of math does that sound like to you? We know lots of parts, but we don't know the whole. That sounds like what math operation? Piper?
Addition?
That sounds a lot like addition. No, it's addition.
Oh.
It's a repeated addition equation, right? So we're going to write 8 plus my next part, 8 plus my next part, 8 plus 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. That is my repeated addition equation. Now we just talked about a new math operation that's a lot shorter than my repeated addition.
Circles and dots.
No, that's a model. I'm talking about math operation. We talked about multiplication is a much shorter equation than repeated addition. How many skip counts did I do? How many groups did I have? How many skip counts did I have? How many groups did I have? Sabrina?
7.
I had 7. Keep going. Groups of how many, Sabrina? Of 8. Very good. I had 7 groups of 8. 7 skip counts of 8. And if I put that into a multiplication equation, 7 groups of 8. 7 times 8. Now, this would be a great time, because not very many of us are good at skip counting by 8, to either count on a lot, or we can use what Aiden Tracy said earlier. He said, what I did was I basically doubled. You said 8 plus 8, 16. This 8 plus 8, 16. 8 plus 8, 16. 8 plus 8, 16. Did I not do enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, I did too many.
Oh, and what about that X-ray?
So then it's just going to be 8. So then you have a little bit shorter of an equation. You don't have to do it that way. You can skip count if you want. So we came up with 56. That's pretty cool, huh, Em?
I know, so,
Yep.
I make it like a lot shorter.
Good. Aiden, she's trying to give you a compliment. You over there talking.
I do like 16 to 16.
Good.
Like completely work out because it's an odd
Yep.
So I
So she just took this and went a little bit further. So 16 plus 16 is 32. Plus 16 plus 8. And she just kept shrinking her equation down.
so like 32 plus 24.
I like it. I like it. Alright, you're going to stop here. Tonight for homework, you're going to be writing to me about what repeated addition is. You're going to be looking at an addition chart. We looked at that yesterday. Well, not yesterday. Tuesday. And talking about patterns. It's all stuff that we've done the past couple of days. Okay? You guys are multiplying now. Yay! So excited. Kaylee, what you got? 100%. You can always take your math notebook home. My only rule is it has to come back. Handling your math notebook at home. It's not helpful to me at home.